Hello everyone and welcome to The Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. This is replay number 30. So let's see what we got left. Not a whole lot. Let's see, we got 12 games left or so. Not too many. So replays may end once these end, or potentially I will have to play more games and get more replays. So, we'll see. We'll do let's do a Goblins on Buckland. I'm feeling it. Hopefully this isn't a bad match to watch. Most games aren't, I feel. I enjoy most games. So we have D, which is myself. I just put D as my name. So for Destroyer. The Long Con, top right, is Mordor. We have another Mordor. Ringmore's Y is in the bottom right there. And D Sayago is, probably pronounced that wrong, but as dwarves in the bottom left. So let's see, I am opening with 2 Goblin Caves. Probably Goblin Caves, Gore Kill spam. I mean, Gore Kill, Goblin spam. That's what I meant to say. Long Con is going for Battering Rams. I love the Battering Ram rush. It's a good one. Battering Ram, Orc Warriors. Always fun. If you don't stop those Battering Rams, you're pretty much out of the game, as they're very destructive. But it can also backfire. If you lose those Battering Rams, you pretty much lose the game. So, it's a pretty much all-in kind of thing. We got Nazgul and Mouth of Sauron for the bottom right guy. Good choice. That'll probably help if those Battering Rams are heading towards him, which they are not. They're heading towards me, it looks like. Do have a Mouth of Sauron from a Long Con, and as well as Orcs and a Battering Ram. So, will I be prepared for this? We shall see. I do have some Goblin Warriors, as well as a Gorkill, who is now level 2. I do want to kill that Cave Troll lair and get the money off it in the levels. Also, I'm going to want to use Poison Blades to put these guys in aggressive, if I want to do more damage. There we go. And I'm also building a Spider Pit. You always want a Spider Pit for melee defense. Mouth of Sauron's dying pretty quickly here. Will he get away? Poison kills him. Haha, I'd love to see that. These orcs shouldn't be too much of an issue here. Battering Ram, on the other hand, I do need to stop this. But it is all by itself. I shouldn't have too much trouble killing it. And unlike Demolishers, these don't do trample damage, so dispatched pretty easily. Also do have a spider pit as well. Looks like my Gorkill didn't get to finish this, and Gimli managed to take the levels and money, which is unfortunate for me. A lot of time wasted just trying to knock it down. The dwarves are being harassed by his opponent to the right, which is good. And it looks like I stopped this Demolisher attack in its tracks, so my fortress should be safe, especially with these spiderling things. As you see, they're being dispatched easily. Orcs against Goblins. I'm pretty sure Goblins are stronger than Orcs. So I'm not sure in this patch if a Goblin Warrior Battalion or an Orc Warrior Battalion wins in a fight. Might be worth testing out, just to see. But I feel like Orcs would lose because of the Poison Blade. But I do have Spiderlings now. Spiderlings very good against Orc Warriors, as well as any Battering Rams he still might be producing. Looks like he's trying to upgrade towards Catapults now, which is a smart move, as Battering Rams isn't going to get him anywhere, and I'm sure he knows that. And my Gorkill is mounted, so he should have even less trouble with these orcs. Dwarves may be a problem though. His Gimli is level 5. He does have Slayer. Slayer is a awesome metal band, as well as an awesome ability for for the dwarves. It looks like I'm trying to attack something. Circling around Mordor's base. It's like a buzzard swooping in for the kill. I don't have the lethal ability here, I don't feel, but I can do some damage. And the cave bats are going to make a huge difference here as well. Lowering all his defense and attack of his orc warriors, which aren't very good to begin with. I do need to kill this catapult very quickly. Looks like I'm trying to get rid of this siege works and his builder. It's a little assassination squad of spiders to kill his builder, but it's not going to succeed. Although I will take out his siege works, which is a very expensive piece of kit. So things are looking bad for Mordor here. Very bad indeed. And it looks like dwarves are actually having trouble here with Isengard, not Isengard, with Mordor. Gimli will probably bite the dust here. Yeah. Not before killing Mouth of Sauron though. Don't know if that's a fair trade. Mouth of Sauron is much cheaper than Gimli. And Mordor is pretty much toast here, as long as I keep sending guys at his base. Which is something I'm not known for. Just building troops while I'm attacking. Do have a lot of spiderlings though, and those are good for chasing down builders, as they are the fastest unit in the game. Builders will not be able to outrun that. So, leaving my opponent with no builders, and just a fortress and a slaughterhouse. I should have no trouble killing off my teammate. My opponent. Don't recommend killing off your teammates. Teammates are nice. I wish I had a teammate, but I do not. I also see a Smeagol right there. So potentially I could get the ring for whatever reason. Probably won't need that, as that's an expensive guy to buy early game. No one has 10 G's just sitting around. And there's a little counterattack from the dwarves here. He will at least take out this slaughterhouse, which I'm surprised is not being demolished. Well, Mordor's army isn't impressive, I will say, but the dwarves are less impressive. The Nazguls alone would probably be able to kill this. So, I mean, these dwarves are not going to get very far, especially since there's no dwarven hero leading them. And there are 3 Nazgul and a Mouth of Sauron here as well. So looks like I'm starting to get a swarm of goblins here. Mordor still doesn't have much of anything. I'm sure I'll be swooping in for the kill very soon. Just trying to get some levels on my gore kill, it looks like. As well as whatever money may come with this. Come on, Gorky, get it. Well, that was stupid. I moved my entire army to try and get the ring, causing me to not get the level for a hero kill. But that's fine. That's no big deal. Mordor is attacking the dwarves now. Oddly enough, the dwarves have guys out here instead of defending his base. But I think the dwarves are in a lot of trouble here. Normally I would say orc archers are pretty shitty, and I'd still say that. As you see, they don't do a ton of damage, but there's enough arrows flying, and they're being weakened by Nazgul. It's actually pretty effective. Not good for killing off armored armies or buildings, but Or even heroes. They're pretty bad against heroes, as you see. Glenn can tank all these archers for days. But against regular guardians or whatever, they're not terrible. I guess it's just situational what you want to use them on. Looks like I have secured the Ring of Power. I will be nowhere near buying it, as you will see here. That's me. I have 623 gold. Or resource, whatever. Not nearly enough. So, Mordor doesn't have anything. He's just building arrow towers. Because that's really all he can do. It's a good defense. Like, especially against goblins with their crappy units spam. But my troll should help here. If my troll can take out some of these. Then I can get a surround on it, but it's not doing a very good job. And if he's going to get that close, he might as well be melee. They do more damage in melee. Also trolls don't take too much arrow damage. Kill does though, as you see. You have Spider Riders now as well. And the troll has been switched into melee stance. Trolls are very good. Cave Troll, arguably the best unit for goblins. And I would say so. They're like goblin attack trolls, more or less. Pretty good. Not quite. You can give them a stick and they're kind of like an attack troll, but they're not attack trolls. Dwarves sending a tiny counterattack. Failing. This troll should be able to finish his fort without even getting touched. Oh, he is getting touched, but not by much. And down goes the fortress. The goblin warriors couldn't do it, but he managed to finish it, getting him instant level 5. I just have to finish this orc pit, and I should be rid of the long con in this game. There'll be one Mordor team down, one Mordor team to go. It looks like I decided not to kill him, because I am a merciful goblin, I guess. So I will continue to produce troops here. See how much power points I've gotten off this. Cave Bats, Tanland, and 6 power points. Probably going towards pass or scavenger. As you want to do as a goblin, you want scavenger. Scavenger's great. Gimli's still only level 5. I mean, level 5 is great, but as you see, he can't catch the mounted heroes. Although it does cause his axe sword to do a massive amount of damage when used. So the dwarves aren't out yet. They're far from. Looks like I'm getting ready to mount an assault on the dwarves, as I'm no longer worried about the Mordor team to the right. He's become a shell of what he once was. Giving my cave trolls sticks because they are very good against units. Still pretty good against structures. That troll's even level 5. I believe units with level 5 have a resistance to fear. Not that that matters against dwarves, but against like Boromir or who else has fear? Shelob. Any of those, like any units level 5 I believe has resistance to fear. If I'm not mistaken. It's possible I am. And it looks like I'm sent some spiderlings to deal with these orc warriors. Spiderlings, amazing against orc warriors. Look at this. They take like no damage and they just slaughter them. So when it says they're good against swordsmen, it's not lying. One spider is slightly wounded after killing off a whole battalion of orcs. There's a Goblin in here, in this mess. There was a Goblin in there. Goblin is now dead. Mordor, let's see Mordor's power points. Ring Wars, he has 12, he has Industry, and Tainted Land as well. Not too bad. DeSayago has Dwarven Riches, Rebuild, and Heal with 3 power points remaining. Also not too bad. Looks like I'm attacking now. And that shows the power of a troll with a stick. When they come out of that tower after being knocked down, they are all grouped up in a spot, making it easy for me to just slaughter them. I do have half troll marauders now as well. Always nice to have. Switching my spiders to bow mode because there's a lot of pikes here. Wouldn't do much good. Also attacking from the left with some goblin warriors just to be a nuisance distraction. I'd always recommend attacking from multiple fronts if possible. Makes your attacks harder to stop. At least one side will get some damage done. In come the Spider Riders, going to smash these, well, I guess not. But they still do pretty good melee damage. I should just be charging through them, if possible. I guess it's kind of hard to charge through something that's so close to a wall. But with the troll and the other guys, this fortress is taking a lot of damage. Ring Wars also has his heroes here. For some reason trying to save the other guy. But I do chase off his mouth, Sauron? Oh, I would have loved to like kill that guy. So it looks like I will get this fortress. Yeah, DeSayago has been defeated. He has left the game. He knew he was done for. End of story. Looks like we've got an orc horde spam coming out coming out of the top right. Very threatening. Especially to these spiderlings who are just eating them up. Eating them like candy. My Goblin Warriors also have armor and weapons upgrades coming. So, it will be much better than these Orc Warriors. Killing them with no mercy. And I am also destroying slaughterhouses that are being scattered across the map. Mordor has an awful lot of Orc Archers, I would say. And that will probably be his downfall. It sounds good in theory. I don't know how much they actually do against armored units. I mean, armored half-trolls, they would do like nothing. These cavalry, they would just get slaughtered by. Trolls, they would slaughter them as well. And spiderlings, I don't think, are actually that weak to Orc Archers. These might be. I finally defeat the Long Con. After letting him live for so long. Wasn't too hard to take him out because he only had a barracks, orc pit, whatever you want to call it. And here's the last final battle right here, looks like. One to end the game. Whoever wins this will probably win. Worm coming out for me, killing a lot of troops immediately. Spider Riders swooping in, killing a lot of men as well. Meanwhile, I'm getting lots of money from my passive scavenger. And you see blue fireballs coming down because I have a special edition or whatever. Because I think I installed patch 1.8 at one point, and that adds blue fireballs. As well as a different dragon skin or something. But this is patch 1.6. But it's still stuck to the game, so that's kinda cool. I do like the blue fireball effect. So this is all that's left of my army, but it's still pretty strong. And I have the ability to send more troops. I'll probably lose my Gorkill Hill here. Yep. Most definitely. So he will defend this attack. But at a high price. I do have the ability to make army quite quickly, as you see all these barracks and goblin caves and fissures and whatnot. I call everything a barracks, as you've noticed. This is a barracks, this is a barracks. They're all barracks. I mean, in actuality, that is what they are, they just have a different name. But enough about that. Yeah, I'm in a good position here. Mordor is... his armies aren't very strong. His fortresses will be tough to take down without some sort of trolls or siege weapons like mountain giants. So you can get some more trolls here. Trolls are a good choice. Mountain giant is a better choice, but is also weak to all these heroes. So it's hard to say. I guess if covered by this giant army of goblins I can make, a mountain giant would be better than a group of trolls because they have the range and pretty good siege damage as well. So, yep. I got half trolls coming. Let's see what Mordor's got. He's got a guy being thrown out of a tavern. I like that little animation. I remember on the Xbox, the animations never played. Like it would just be the building without the guy stirring it or whatever. The guy was never being thrown out. It's not as fun when that happened. I enjoy the little animations the game has. But it was fun nonetheless. I played that game for like 5 years on Xbox, this game, I guess. Before the servers got shut down. It was a sad day. But here we are, like a long time later, and still going. It just goes to show you how much I actually love this game. It's very well made and very fun, and I just love Lord of the Rings in general. So this is my cup of tea. Spider Riders doing massive amount of damage to the front line of these guys. Most of them are archers. Go with the cave bats. And the troll with the stick are going to put in some work here. The stained land isn't going to make a difference because they still have the cave bats up. And his heroes are nowhere near the army. They're being assaulted by goblin warriors. Upgrade goblin warriors. Allowing me to finish off the rest of his army. Meanwhile, looks like I sent a force into his base. I think. I mean, they're on the map. Okay, I was wondering if they were real. Ooh, Gorkill's Poison Sting. Love that Gorkill Poison Sting. Does massive amount of poison damage and immobilizes a hero. So there's a free 425 gold for me for killing Nazgul. Now I gotta kill this white, which is very annoying. Whites heal every time they attack, so they can be a pain to get rid of. And down goes the white. So you see this giant red line of troops coming at the Mordor base. Mordor's in trouble. But he does have defense. Throwing goblin hordes at the base isn't going to get me very far, I feel. Because of the fear statues, all the arrow towers, the catapults. And he also has darkness as well. But, good time to do a side attack. Actually, that's my darkness. Excuse me. Not his darkness. So, good time to take out his farms. And all his structures. While you're attacking. Doing a little bit of damage to his fort, but not much. I need to swoop around the back here. Take out some buildings. That would be ideal for me. Also, I need to start making mountain giants if I'm not. Looks like I've decided... I'm thinking that exactly. Upgrade my fissures to level 3 get some mountain giants out there, and I should be able to take out this base. Mordor Fort is probably the hardest to take down, especially with a melee army. Looks like I won't be able to take out the rest of these buildings. Don't quite have enough. See what I got PowerPoints wise. I got Scavenger, I got Darkness with a Worm, Kid Bats, Antained Land, and 5 remaining. So after the Worm, I could get Balrog, I believe. He has a Barrage, which is almost off cooldown, and he has Industry, Antained Land as well. 9 power points remaining, so he could potentially get a 10 power point or save for 15, or save for 25. Because Barrage is a 15 power point. So he could potentially save for his Balrog or Reign of Doom or whatever it's called. And there's another blue Barrage for you. Very cool looking. I feel that was a waste. He probably should have saved that for the next attack, because that literally did nothing. It crumbled a Goblin Cave that wasn't even upgraded, and it will rebuild. Destroyed a couple Spiral Lair expansions, which don't matter, seeing as how I'm not even defending. So that was not the best use of a Barrage. He's gonna wish he had that later. But yeah, I'm starting to get Giants. Giants are what I need here. Definitely what I need. Giants and Trolls. Trolls are good too. Giants are expensive. I don't have tons of money. I am starting to expand across the map though. That is what you want to try to do. Expand while you can. And prevent your opponent from expanding like I'm doing here. If I can keep him cornered in the base, then I shouldn't have too much trouble out-resourcing him, I'm gonna say. This is a very threatening group, especially for these guys. Poison Sting will stop them immediately. Poison Sting would be great, but he has to stop moving for that to happen. See, I put the fear in him. He's too scared to come at my stuff, because as goblins you can just pop out of any of your tunnels, which is one of the strengths of goblins. The strength I don't use very often, if I'm perfectly honest, as dwarves or goblins. I should use it more. And I would recommend you use their tunnels ability frequently. 2 more mountain giants coming out. That will help immensely. I also have control of this, which helps me a lot as well. My giant's a little vulnerable at the moment. I don't like that. Okay, there we go. So really, I just have to get my giants to shoot at this while being protected by my army. Worm will do a good job of that. I think Gorko just died pretty quickly. I sent him into some pikemen. I do that a lot, which is why I don't mount him often. Because I have a tendency to just do that too much. But I am doing the right thing with my troll, at least, or my giant. Instantly smashing things on this base. Fortunately, I have no defense for my giant here. Hopefully those are my wildmen. Looks like they are. Yes. So his fortress is down to half health. If I keep the giant pressure up, he won't be able to keep up. But the Nazgul are a good counter to the giant, as long as they're undefended. It's hard for me to kill them off with giants only. I need to keep some pikemen with those giants, really. Or just this group of guys. If I just sat back here, let the giant throw stuff. Although he does have the Gorgoroth Fireball. Like, sending these warriors in here to die is not really much use. There's a troll there as well, though. So he'll start taking a little bit more siege damage. These Nazguls are right on top of that. Mountain giants. Ooh, one more rock goes off. That is very close. What's in the next wave of goblins? One more giant. That should be the finishing giant. I don't think he'll be able to kill the giant in time. Especially with some pikemen here. And I sent some guys over there so he got distracted. Good move there. Some people have a one-track mind and they think, like myself, who see a guy and they're like, oh, I gotta chase that guy. Didn't get a chance to use the Gorgar Spire. That's unfortunate. And now, it's just a matter of time, though, his fortress is down. That is the most scary part of Mordor, is the fortress. So, with the fortress dead, I need to kill this builder. Also, he's not able to use his power points. So no more barrages, and he didn't manage to get anything. I should be making more troops, hopefully. Yep. I think one final assault would be all it's going to take. How much money does he have? He almost has enough for a fortress, but I don't think it'll help. Also, I got Goblin Warriors with swords. Pretty effective at destroying farms. And as you see, he's sending his entire army to take out one Goblin Warrior battalion. Meanwhile, except for the Mouth. Mouth is standing here for some reason. Meanwhile, I have more guys coming in. Probably should have waited for Gorkill to get the leadership. What leadership does Gorkill give anyway? 25% armor and more experience. So, no attack boost from Gorkill's boost, but that's a good one still. Probably gonna lose my Gorkill again. That's not the end of the world. Yep, there goes Gorkill. This is a screechy little death. And using the giant to try and take out his most prime structures. There's some pikemen on my guys now. Switching to Stomp. Didn't do much, but it killed a few. So I'm going about this the wrong way, I would say. I think the best way to kill him off would be Cave Trolls, Half Troll Marauders, Goblin Riders in bow mode, and tons of little orcs, or goblins. Not Goblin Archers. Goblin Archers is not the right choice here, I feel. I mean, he doesn't have that much. It needs to be Goblin Archered. Also, not sending them one at a time would be a good idea. Sending guys into their death one after the other is not a good strategy. Probably rebuilding Gorkill, hopefully. If I got a Drogoth, this game would be over. It would be hard for them to counter a Drogoth. One fireball would kill most of these archers, and then you'd be left with just the 3 arrow towers here that he would have. I guess he'd have Evil Eye from Athasaran as well. That's something. But as you can see, I'm keeping him from rebuilding. Keeping his structures in his corner. So I can finish him off without too much trouble. Even though he's already been too much trouble. Repositioning my Spider Riders to go get shot by the fortress. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really keen on destroying this this thing, apparently. I'm hoping this will be the final assault. He's really trying to get rid of this mountain giant. Can't blame him for that. And there he loses his level 3 Harajin Palace, which is a big deal. It was one of his defensive structures, not only that, but one of his only troop-producing structures. And he left the game because he's been defeated pretty much. So, that is that. He fought well. I didn't finish properly. I could have done that a lot better, looking back on it from a replay standpoint. But, you know, you live and learn, and that's the beauty of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I will see you in the next replay. Take care.